Today, we discuss Ser Alfred Broome, a name that rose to infamy during the Dance of the Dragons. Alfred was born into House Broome, a noble house of the Westerlands. He joined the garrison of Dragonstone during the reign of the old king, Jaehaerys Targaryen. By the time civil war broke out between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her brother Aegon, Alfred had become the family's most senior knight. In House of the Dragon, Alfred appears much like his book description, having a sullen disposition and a sour manner. But he's also portrayed as rather contrarian, especially concerning the Queen's leadership. This attitude often sabotaged his efforts, which in turn contributed to their conflict. When the Queen was blamed for the murder of her nephew, for example, Alfred proposed they counter the propaganda. By admitting to it, she refused. When he tried to defend his proposal of selling the killing as an act of vengeance, he was rebuked. Instead of accepting her decision, Alfred became offended, and in his shame he fell silent. In time, his silence turned to defiance and even open disrespect. His first mistake. By the end of Season 2, Ser Broome had fallen so low as to appeal to the Queen's consort, Daemon Targaryen, to take her crown. An act of unambiguous treason. In the source material, Ser Broome doesn't stop there. In exchange for promises of land and wealth, he betrays his queen, murdering her castellan with a spear to take Dragonstone for Aegon. When Rhaenyra returned after the storming of the Dragon Pit, it was Alfred who escorted the queen to her death. And it was he who advised the king to kill her son. Thankfully, Aegon refused. But later, during the Moon of the Three Kings, when Alicent Hightower ordered Alfred to mutilate the boy, he was more than eager to comply. That was his last mistake. Alfred met his fate along the drawbridge to where the boy was being held. There he ran into Sir Perkin the Flea, who grabbed his fellow knight by the shoulder and shoved him off onto the iron spikes below. Rather than the child having to suffer, it was Alfred himself. For all his years of conniving and backstabbing, Sir Alfred was rewarded with 2 agonizing days, writhing and twisting in pain before dying. A costly lesson for a lifetime of bitterness and betrayal.